Hello, everyone, and happy spring 2025. My name is Natasha Jankowski. I serve as the director for the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning, and I want to offer you a few quick spring updates for CETL so you know what's coming. If you are not familiar with CETL and the crew, this is an overview of all of the people that we have that are wonderful doing the important work of supporting teaching and learning throughout the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Huge thank you and shout out to all of them. And what will we all be engaged in this spring? Well, one of the things that we're focusing on is what we learned last semester in looking at where are we having an impact, who's using our services, in what ways, where do we need to broaden and focus, and what are peers doing in our space that can help inform and guide our work, which has led to sort of where we're focusing and wanting to go in the spring. From looking at how people engage with and use our newsletter, we are going to be making some changes to that. So you may have seen we piloted a few things last semester, and we're really moving into some structural changes in the spring. Each newsletter will start with some HIPS tips of teaching practices and things that you can implement today into your courses. And we're also rolling out faculty and departmental spotlights. So if there are things that are happening in your unit, if you know someone doing something that you really want to share the practice and the approach, we would love to hear about it. Of course, we will continue to share resources. We will push people more towards the event calendar as opposed to listing out all of the events. People don't generally register from our newsletter. They actually go to the event calendar to register. So we will try to reinforce that and make you have less email to read in a day. But we will also be announcing a webinar series that we will be doing in partnership with Student Supports to talk about things like how do we support student mental health and what are the impacts for that in pedagogy? So how can we think about partnering together in those spaces? So keep an eye out for those things and those changes. We will also be hosting a series of different discussions, focus groups, and forums. So you will see invitations to come participate in different ways. We will be reaching out to teaching assistants, faculty and instructors, very broadly defined, and who can participate in that, as well as students, and having a series of discussion forums around what does excellent teaching look like here. There's a lot of great practices unfolding, what is happening in that space that we can help promote and share internally, in addition to high impact practices in general education and understanding more, reaching out to our partners and friends in the multicultural student centers to think about this fulsomeness of a student experience and learning. So if you see those and you want to participate, you are welcome to do so. We now also have a thank an instructor form online. We piloted a revision in the fall. We're fully rolling it out this spring. And so please do expect to see a variety of announcements on this front coming out at different points in time. Share it with your students, and we will then share those back with you as we receive them. But we worked out sort of the change of that in the fall and can really get to doing it now in the spring. A couple other things that are spring specific to have on your radar is general education and high impact practices. We are running 2 workshops on this, but we will also be having a community of practice to go alongside it. And in April, if you're unable to come to the February or the March, but you're just interested in the one that we get the most questions about is real world application. How can I take things that I'm doing in my courses and really add and layer on that real world application part? So there will be trainings and workshops on that as well in the spring. Last couple of things that will be happening in the spring is if that was not enough to get you excited and entertained, we will be rolling out resources around AI literacy, doing a series on accessibility workshops. What do I need to be doing in my course? How does this look in Canvas? What I need to think about when it comes to accessibility. There will be a student success collective where we'll be learning together with a series of courses to understand practices that we can roll out more broadly throughout the campus. And as CETL, we will also be reviewing and updating our self-paced training offerings and breaking some of those down into more modular pieces, and just updating them and revamping them for where we are today. In addition to producing some student-facing resources so that students are prepared to understand and know what to do in things like Canvas, questions to be asking about how to navigate an assignment so we can really merge what we're asking from faculty and the supports with students that are aware of that and can participate and engage. In order for us to do all of those things, and as part of a larger review of our processes and the timing of our staff, if you remember back to the first group of staff that we had, we will be doing a change in our support commons hours in shortening them. The support commons times that are here are our busiest times, so we are open and having our support commons calls available at that. But in terms of the use of these across campus, how much people engage in the questions that we're getting. Are they teaching with technology questions? That's really the focus of what we'd like coming in to those support comments in that day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we will be moving from a 9 to 2 time for support comments. Thursday will be by appointment. So if you have something that you want to think through, you have something that's a longer question, we just need some time together to work it out. Thursday will be available by appointment. We will not have support comments on Fridays. This will also free up staff time to be able to build some of these other resources, to be proactive in getting resources out so that we can send things to people in advance. So we're not getting the questions coming in, but we're being proactive to get out before you even think about it and ask the questions. You will still have available to you Canvas and instructor support. Has been and will be available 24/7. Help desk and classroom technology, we will be going through and doing some joint trainings so that we can really share those pieces. So questions that we get that are really leveraged more towards a help desk can get to where they need to go and be in the right space. In that regard. In addition to limiting our support comments and really focusing in on the questions that we're best positioned to support and answer as CETL, we will be reaching out and working more broadly with the faculty community around on campus that's doing such great work. We don't have to be the only ones to develop the resources. We will invite faculty fellows to help write some of these resources, to share some teaching practices, and in the fall, we'll be rolling out an advisory committee to help and inform CETL. So keep an eye out for an invitation on that front in April. But those are a few of the things that we have going on at CETL. Of course, if you have questions, you are welcome to email us, and we look forward to you working together. Happy teaching.